Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Today is August 18th, and this is our daily vibe. I hope you all are well. I hope you had a wonderful start to the week. Okay, kids are going back to school. It's probably, for us, this is like their first full week, right? So pray for the parents. I'm sending so much love and light and support to all the parents out there that are having to send their kids to school during this bullshit. Just know that we are all in this together, okay? Hang in there. But without further ado, let's get into the message. I've already pulled the cards, and this time I pull from my Black Moon astrology cards from my Oracle deck. But let's get into this tea. So the first card out we have is Libra, which says I balance. We have 6th house routine. We have solar eclipse revolution. And at the bottom of the deck, we have air element, which is communicating. Okay, this Libra card, I balance, right, really speaks to the sign of Libra, right? They're so good at balancing things and being fair, right? But when the Libra card shows up in a reading, right, it's just that something is out of balance, something is out of whack. And ultimately, there is a decision that needs to be made so that we are able to move forward, so that we are able to continue with progression, right? The Libra card, when it comes out, it says that we're riding the fence about something and we need to make a decision. We gotta hurry up, you know? You can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's just like, are you gonna do? Will you do? What is going to have to happen for you to finally make this decision to go? What is going to have to happen for you to finally make the decision to jump? Okay? And it's just saying that, honestly, you need to make a decision soon, because if you don't make a decision soon, then the universe will do that for you. And the chances or the likelihood of you not liking the outcome are greater, because you didn't take your control. You didn't flex your power, right? Someone had to make the decision for you. So typically when that happens, we're not really happy and we're not really okay with what the decision is, because it wasn't our decision, right? So that Libra card here, the I balance, is basically here saying that we need to be fair, we need to be balanced in our decisions, but we need to ultimately make a decision, right? Putting things off to avoid conflict doesn't mean that we don't have conflict. It only creates internal conflict, right? Because it's just like we know what we should be doing, but we aren't. Excuse me, that was like messing with my eyes. But this Libra card here is just like, what are you gonna do? Okay, it does indicate a turning point where things are happier. Again, we have the balance, we have the fulfillment, right? But we have to make a decision. You have to move up a level, and it's a serious one, right? 6th house here, routine. And then this card comes out and says that, you know, we have to change our usual ways of doing things. It's not working for us, okay? It says, when the 6th house card says that when it presents itself in a reading, it's important for us to consider the state of our health, right? Medical appointments, things like that, future plans to progress. We need those to run smoothly, right? It is an area for us to look more closely at what we do and how we do. Okay. But 6th house says everything in your routine and what you do normally, what you do regularly, you may experience some disruptions, right? And it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. It's knocking you off your square for a reason, right? We can't always do the same thing. How do we grow? How do we evolve? Right? If we're constantly doing the same thing, it's time to pay attention to the small details. We focus so much on the big picture. And I know I always say, we're talking about long game, y'all. This is long game. But we focus so much on the big picture that we forget about those intricate details. We forget about the little bitty pieces that have to come together to create the bigger picture, right? That is what this routine 6th house card is. it's just like, also, let's get in the habit of completing what we start. Okay, not being so critical. It's probably not an easy time right now because we have had to just make a decision. Maybe we had to let something go, a job, a relationship, a friendship, whatever. So it's probably not just like the easiest time in our lives, but at the same time, we must always remember that things are given to us and things are also ultimately taken away from us, but for our higher and better good. Okay? What's happening is necessary, and it's not like it is gonna happen fast. Like, let me just hurry up and get over with this so I can be done. No, you got to go. You got to breathe through that thing. You got to roll with the punches. Go with the flow. Okay. This 6th house of routine also came out in our advice position. And it's just like, whatever you manage to accomplish during this time, it will stick and it will serve you in your future. Serve your highest and better good. Okay. But again, like I said, it's important for us to not be so critical of ourselves, not be so judgy of ourselves, of others, right? But also finish what we start, okay? Solar eclipse, right, is revolution. And then this card is here, and it's just saying that, you know, the solar eclipse happens every time we have a new moon, which we will have a new moon tomorrow, Wednesday. But the solar eclipse happens every time we have a new moon. And if you look at the card, you can see that that is literally what is happening here. It's just like when the sun and moon are in opposition, but they face each other, they become perfectly aligned. And it's just like for a brief period of time, the moon obscures the sun, okay, blocking it from view. So in essence, it almost creates a blackout, right? And so they do call it a blackout. But it's just saying at this point, we need to focus on what is directly in front of us. We're not worried about every little thing. Remember those intricate pieces? We're not focusing on the big picture right now. Right now, we're focusing on what is directly in front of us. That is what we need to make a decision about. That is what should be our focus, okay? Us, not making a decision is ultimately a decision. And us not doing what is best for us and not doing what serves us best just holds us back. It just makes the universe take longer to bring us what it is that it actually wants us to have, because we don't listen when it gives us what we need in the first fucking place. Come on, somebody. Okay. This card doesn't have to be like upheaval or whatever. It's just like an opportunity to start afresh, right? Swift changes. This card comes up. It speaks to things happening fast, moving forward quickly, right? Stay away from the negativity though. But it also does imply that we are being called to make a decision and to act on it. Okay, all of these cards seem to relate in some way in just saying that now is the time to start a new chapter, to be fresh, right? This air element at the bottom of the deck, communication. In the tarot, this is the Ace of Swords, a fresh start, right? A new way of doing things. New communications, okay? This says, this card of air element communications is a card of manifestation, right? It's the energy of bringing, mind and thought to the forefront, bringing those ideas into being. We're not just thinking about them anymore. We're actually making it happen. Okay, so it's just like what you think probably can happen. So focus your efforts, focus your thoughts on only what it is that you wish to attain, right? We got to come out of thinking about what we don't want to happen, the self-sabotaging act. Okay, we got to stop doing that. If nothing else, the air element card indicates that our mind has power and we need to use it wisely. Okay, so only focus on what it is that we want to do. But ultimately, there are some decisions that we need to be making, right? And it's right in front of our face. And we're hiding from it, and we're postponing, and we're not making a decision because we fear what can happen and what can come forward. But that's no way to live, right? That is no way to live. That is no way. That is no energy to be in. You can't prevent fate. You can't stop karma from happening, right? So just go with the flow, roll with the punches, breathe through it, figure that thing out. Maybe this is your first time doing this, taking a leap. Should I stay here where my family is, or should I move, right? But you not making this decision ultimately says that you're staying here with your family. You see what I'm saying? So just do that thing. If you've been with your family your whole life, try something different. If nothing else, you know you can always go back. But you'll never know unless you try. And then that way you don't have to play the whole game of, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I would have ever blah, 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 blah. You ain't got to wonder. You know that shit wasn't for me. Or that was the best decision I ever made. Okay? So I hope that helps. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, for being patient with me. I'm still trying to work through this whole tonsil situation. Some days are better than others. But if you like to book a private reading, you can do so by emailing justbethelight@gmail.com. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all on the Daily Vibe tomorrow. I'll talk to you later. Bye.